Hello everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining me in my review of Disney's Hawkeye Episode 3. This review will go into specifics and spoilers, so please watch the episode first if you don't want to be spoiled of anything. Let's dive into Episode 3, Echoes. Opening in 2007, we are treated to Maya's backstory. You can tell right away that she was bright from a young age. There's a bittersweet scene with her father about having to stay in public school, which she turns inspirational. Just like a dragon, she can be stronger living in two worlds. You can tell they care very deeply for each other, and unfortunately, it is shortly after this that we see the night Ronan slaughtered the tracksuit mafia, and it ends with Maya holding her dying father. So we see that connection. Jump forward to present day where Clint and Kate are tied up. Kate has a hilarious conversation with one of the mafia guys about relationship advice and Imagine Dragons. I chuckled a few times. And this eases the vibe before Maya comes out to interrogate them. Clint tries to clear their names by claiming Black Widow killed Ronan, which in a way is the truth because I feel Nat brought Clint back into the light, effectively killing off Ronan. But, I mean, in a way it's also not the truth. And Maya doesn't believe him, and she ends up snapping and starts choking Kate. Kazi, from the first episode, ends up stopping her, and it seems like he's the second in command, but I'm not exactly sure. Hawkeye then breaks free, surprising everyone, and leads them on a chase through the warehouse. Maya catches up to him, they have a short tussle, and his hearing aid gets knocked out. She then proceeds to break it, deafening Clint until he can get it fixed or a new one. Unfortunately for her, though, Clint is able to get away. He gets his bow, and in a sweet trick shot, he slices through Kazi's ear and then frees Kate from her bounds. Then, while Hawkeye awesomely shoots some of the other thugs around the warehouse, we get to see Kate utilize the environment to a good effect again. Clint and Kate then make a break for it, and they get outside, proceeding to steal a car from the TSM. Clint says no to the nice car because he doesn't want to damage it, and so they end up taking the shitty car, quote unquote, and a car chase ensues, with Clint driving because they ran out of time, and Kate gets to shoot some arrows. Yay, yay, yay. And not just regular arrows, guys. Trick arrows! So, first up we have a purple Play-Doh arrow, which I guess just continues to bubble and grow on the surface it hits. Next, Hawkeye says to use the putty arrow, which we see is not the one that Kate grabs because he doesn't have them labeled, and she uses the explosive arrow instead. Third to fly was a plunger arrow, which we see later on is actually a hook shot arrow. The fourth arrow used was a multi-rope arrow. Kate had no name for it, so that's what I'm calling it, because it just shot out lots of tensile rope. I don't know. Acid arrows are super fun. Hawkeye should probably have more of those. And I don't know what type of gas the purple gas arrow is, but it doesn't seem fatal. And so maybe it's a smoke screen that Hawkeye uses. I don't know. And then finally, we are treated to a PIM particle arrow. So overall, the car chase was fun. We got to see some good driving skills from Clint. More of Kate's bow skills. She has a sharp eye. And I love their banter and the fact that their relationship is growing and evolving. It's nice. And then the Hawkeye team up trick shot using the Pam arrow to end the chase was spectacular. Definitely a highlight of the episode. Oh, we gotta walk the dog had me cracking up. The rest of the conversation, it just kept me cracking up and cracking up. I had to stop the episode and then return to it because I just was giggling at it. These two really are similar in the way that they think, just their stubbornness, and just a lot of other ways too. Following the hilarious scene, we're treated to a heartbreaking scene where I may have shed some tears. Who knows? It was beautiful and I loved it. It was wonderful to see Kate helping Clint, and I love every scene with Clint and his family. We flip back to Maya and the Tracksuit Mafia. Maya and Kazi have a argument about Maya losing control of the situation earlier in the day, and he mentions how Uncle will be very angry. Maya was also left with her uncle when she was younger. I don't know if this person is the same person, if Kazi and Maya are related, or if this is just like a title. We will see in the future. And Kate text to Hawkeye gave me quite a chuckle, and is more proof of how sassy she is. Kate and Clint proceed to get Clint's hearing aid fixed, and while doing this, they also walk Pete's dog, so they did not forget, which is good. They have a meal a little bit later about what it is like to live life as a hero. That it's not this grandiose thing, which circles back to Kate talking about the Hawkeye brand. She then sketches him a new outfit he could wear, which I believe is supposed to be his comic costume. I'm not quite sure. To which he gives 3 reasons why he won't wear this new costume or work with this whole branding thing. 1, he's supposed to be a ghost, but not anymore, Clint. You can evolve from that. 2, his wife would divorce him. Funny, but we know that's not true. And 3rd, but most important, and this is the real reason, is Clint doesn't view himself as a role model, which is heartbreaking. Obviously, this isn't true, as he's Kate's biggest role model after her dad, and I'm sure there are more people out there that he's their role model as well. And I think by the end of this season, we will see Kate proving to him, by more than just her words, that he really is a good role model. They then decide that their best option is to break into Kate's mom's penthouse to get some information off her computer. When they enter, supposedly no one is there, so they think they're safe. And while they're there, we see that Kate's mom has some swords. So maybe it was her mom that killed Armand. They were arguing. Who knows? They find out that Kazi works for some place called Sloan Limited. I wonder what that is. The computer then locks out on Kate when she tries to look Jack up, and the episode ends with Jack holding the Ronin blade to Clint's throat. Dun, dun, dun. Overall verdict for this episode is a solid 5 out of 5 arrows hit. This episode was great throughout. They really know what they want from this show. I really enjoyed the scenes from Maya and Clint's perspectives especially, and I'm intrigued to see both storylines develop and see if they connect somehow. Questions answered this episode. We found out that Ronan slaughtered the TSM, specifically he killed Maya's father, so that's why they're after him. I was able to confirm outside of the episode that it is Christmas 2024. Continued questions that have not been answered. What is Jack's deal? And is Kate's mom and Jack in league? Where did Pete's dog come from? Who was the head of the organized crime that Clint took out? And who is the current head of the organized crime? Where did the auction items come from? And that's it. New questions I have. Did Kate's mom kill Armand? And if yes, does Jack know? Who is Uncle? Are Kazi and Maya related? And what is Sloan Limited? Thank you again for joining me in my review of Disney's Hawkeye Episode 3. I hope you have a positive day.